Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It's another episode here on Custom Carbros, and in this episode, we're going to jump onto the interior. Alright guys, so basically when I say we're jumping onto the interior, we're going to go ahead and take off the door panels and actually turn them into sheet metal, because we're going to try to turn this interior into like a race car interior with racing seats, custom dash that's made out of metal, as well as a center console and a racing steering wheel, which it already has. But anyways, to start off, let's actually go ahead and pull off both the door panels, but we'll actually be starting on one side, so let's go ahead and start on the passenger side, lift off the door panel, and continue from there. Alright, so we went ahead and ripped off the door panel, but here's the thing, this is not really flat, so we got to kind of design our doors to bend with the grooves in certain spots. So that might take a while, we'll see, but let's go ahead, bring over some steel, and let's start tracing out this thing. Let's jump into time-lapse mode. Alright, so now that we got it all traced out, we're actually going to go ahead, take some WD-40 and the drill, and actually drill some holes around. Not all the way around, we're going to actually cut it, but just so we get the Sawzall blade in there to cut around. And same here, we're going to do some corners, and then we're going to go ahead and cut this whole thing out and see how it fits. So let's go ahead and continue. My GoPro tripod officially has broken a leg. No idea how, but it has. Oh well. Oh, the GoPro's still in it. Oops. Alright, so we went ahead and got it all cut out, and we even went ahead and drilled this hole we forgot to drill. We were going to round out the corners, but we're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to go ahead and test fit it right now and see how it fits. So let's go ahead and continue. Alright guys, so we have one problem with the fitment, and that is actually these big old gaps right here. Now, I went ahead as well and took a rag and went ahead and removed all the grease with it, and it turned out pretty good. It's nice, and it's a lot better removing the grease and stuff, and even the white right there has been reduced quite a bit. There used to be like all the way up to here. You can kind of see the phasiness, like similarities in texture. But anyways, we need to drill that hole further over, and that'll bring this whole door panel over about an inch, which we're probably gonna have to cut off from this side. But this is our speaker hole, we can't cut too much. But here is the speaker cover. We got Pioneer speakers, so you can see there it's upside down, but boom, that'll go right there. Should look pretty good. So anyways, that's the problem. We need to go ahead, drill a hole, and fix it. So let's go ahead and continue. Alright guys, so off camera we went ahead and removed this white piece. Now we're going to go ahead, and I've designed up some parts and stuff, and we're going to go ahead and actually 3D print some stuff. Now, I was going to 3D print like a guard around this thing, but I'm not sure I'm going to yet, so I'm going to wait on that. But I do have to 3D print a mount to adapt from this big old hole, and I need to have some, like, you know, 4-corner mounting and stuff to mount to like my speaker, which I keep on losing right when I'm recording. Anyways, to this speaker, so that way that it just bolts right on, and then this can be removed with the plastic part, or this can be removed individually, so that way you don't have to remove this whole thing just to remove the little speaker. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna go ahead and jump into Tinkercad. Tinkercad is a free online software that you can just basically use, and it's pretty easy to learn. So if you do not know what 3D printing is whereas I have right here a example. This is 3D printed. This white stuff is right here. This is PLA. As you can see, there's a little bit of tape on it. That's because you use that sometimes to stick it. But basically, it just takes layers and layers and layers, and it just prints tons of little layers over and over and over. And it just kind of gradually get taller, and it creates a three-dimensional object. It's pretty cool. Like, here's a time lapse of this printing right here. It's pretty interesting just to see the way that the 3D printers work. You can't really see the layers on this one because it's a pretty good print. But you can see the like webbing, because like basically it's a roll of plastic, as you can see right here, and then you just use your 3D printer and then you melt it and you create three-dimensional parts. You can create like any kind of thing you want, like vases, like all kinds of stuff. So anyways, let's go ahead though and jump into Tinkercad and design this bad boy. Alright guys, we went ahead and actually 3D printed this part back here and bolted on our speaker, and this is kind of just sitting on there right now. But as you can see, there is this way and then there's the way with the actual cover. Now I'm probably going to do the way with the cover because it actually looks quite a bit better, at least personally I think so. So anyways, to jump on though real quick, you can see down here there's this little bolt right here. I don't know if you can quite see that. You have to zoom in a lot. Oh, wrong way. Zoom in. There we go. Oh, focus. That little pin right there. That little pin right there. We need to go ahead and cut it off at the nut, just like right there. And just basically leave none of it left. It's not really a main thing. It's just a little structure beam. So we do want to keep it, but we just want to cut this off so we can go ahead and mount on this. So let's go ahead and continue. Alright guys, so as you can see, we went ahead and actually test fit. Oh. Wrong way. It's magnetic. Went ahead and test fit it anyways, but it was really unlevel. There's gaps like up here at the top and then down here at the bottom. So the problem is the fact that the metal is not flat, and because of the weird wires and stuff underneath it. But what I'm gonna do instead is actually go ahead, and since this is plastic, it'll bend, like you can bend like the little tabs and stuff. So I'm just gonna use the plastic when I bolt it down to conform to the shape of the metal, so it should match up. But before I get too carried away, I wanna go ahead, remove this part and spray paint it. So let's go ahead and continue. Alright guys, so it is a day later. It's just been overnight and stuff. But anyways, basically we've did a lot in this episode. I've used a lot of footage and stuff, so I'm gonna make this video into a couple parts. So this is part one. Part two will be coming out next week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The seats should be coming in part two, maybe in part three. They're racing seats, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll see if they fit, because I just guessed. So anyways, make sure you drop a like as well as a sub if you enjoyed this video, because just like that, this video is over and I'm out.